What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and I'm back with another Pokemon Challenge video. Pokemon Black with each gym leader's worst Pokemon was a really fun challenge, but it wasn't the hardest run. So in today's video, I'm doing a challenge that should be pretty brutal. Today, I'm going to figure out if you can beat Pokemon Crystal with only one Togetic. Togetic is a normal flying type, and it's the evolution of Togepi. It has relatively good stats all around, and Togetic shares the same base stat total as some middle stage starters. Now look at that beautiful moveset. To be honest, this might be the worst level up moveset I have ever seen for a Pokemon. Togetic doesn't get a legitimate attacking move until level 38, and that's only Double Edge. I'll have to use Struggle until level 7, and then rely on Metronome until I get Mud Slap from Faulkner. Speaking of TMs, Togetic luckily has access to a lot of good ones, like Zap Cannon, Return, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, Steel Wing, and Fly. Anyways, time for dem rules. I can only use Togetic in battle. I'll have to catch other Pokemon for HM use only, so they will not be allowed in combat. No items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of battle are allowed, and of course, no glitches or exploits. I've seen a couple of Togepi runs, but I've never seen a challenge run with Togetic, so this should be interesting. I used the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Cyndaquil with Togetic. I then nicknamed it, what? Which is a reference to my Pokemon Snakewood series, which you should definitely go check out. After finally getting Metronome, it was time to rely on RNG for the first rival battle. At first, I got some pointless moves like Foresight, and then I got Conversion 2, which made me a Rock type, so that helped. I then got Vital Throw and Twister back to back, so I finally won the battle. And back at the lab, I called my rival RNG, because I'll have to rely on RNG for a little while. Once I got to Faulkner, I was already level 14, so this fight wasn't too tough. I got Swords Dance right from the get-go, but then I got some more useless moves. Eventually, I killed Pidgey with a Peck and a Hydro Pump. On the first turn against PIDGEOTTO, I got Sky Attack, and because of the Swords Dance, I one-shot him. I'm just glad that I have an attacking move other than Metronome now. Does anyone else think that it's anticlimactic when Kurt says he'll go down and beat up Team Rocket, but then he breaks his back? I don't know, it just seems kind of dumb. Anyways, time for Bugsy. I got really lucky against Metapod as I got Gust on my first Metronome, so Kakuna was up next. I went for Mud Slap since it was neutral and it lowered Kakuna's accuracy. He only got off 2 Poison Stings before going down, so SCYTHER was out last. I got some useless moves with Metronome as he started to stack Fury Cutters. Luckily though, I eventually got Drill Peck, which one-shot him. Before heading out of Azalea Town, RNG tracked me down for a battle. Ghastly missed a Hypnosis, so 2 Mud Slaps killed him. I got really unlucky against Zubat because I got some pointless moves with Metronome, and when I did get some useful moves, they missed. Eventually, I got Fury Swipes, which took down Zubat, so Croconaw was out last. At first, I spammed Mud Slaps, but if I knew that I would have gotten Aero Blast with Metronome, then I wouldn't have even used a Mud Slap. I wasn't expecting to defeat Whitney at my current level, but here's how it went. I easily knocked out Clefairy with 2 headbutts, so it was time for Miltank. I immediately started going for Mud Slap, so Miltank couldn't build up rollouts. However, she ended up hitting me with a bunch of stomps and infatuating me. Once I got to 14 HP, Miltank just started to miss over and over again as I went for headbutts. So finally, I won the battle. That was very intense and extremely lucky. In the Burnt Tower, RNG was ready to fight again. Haunter went for Curse right off the bat as I killed him with a Mud Slap. I took down Magnemite and Zubat pretty easily, so last out was Croconaw. I went for Headbutt, which did around half of his health, as I took damage from Water Gun and the Curse. However, I finished him off with another Headbutt. I tried to battle Morty at my current level, but there is no way I'm beating him. I can't one-shot Ghastly, so it always gets up a Curse. His first Haunter always outspeeds me, and it usually goes for Hypnosis. It also takes 3 Mud Slaps to kill him, so by the time I made it to Gengar, the Curse finished me off. I feel like I always run into this problem in these Gen 2 runs, where my only move for Morty is Mud Slap, which is extremely weak. At level 44, I made it to Gengar without taking any damage, and without having a Curse put on me. Gengar immediately put me to sleep, but his Dream Eaters could hardly do anything to me, so after I woke up, 2 Mud Slaps took him down. Last out was Morty's second Haunter, which was doomed from the beginning as 2 mud slaps killed him. Like always, Chuck was a cakewalk. I feel like Chuck is one of the weakest gym leaders ever, since he only gets 2 Pokemon, and you have the option to go do the Mahogany stuff first, which makes you over-leveled for this part of the game. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me, or if there's an even easier gym leader. The battle against Jasmine went way better than expected. I one-shot both of her Magnemites with a Mud Slap, and once I got up 6 charms on Steelix, he could hardly hurt me. It was still a stall fest as I ran out of Mud Slaps due to Jasmine using a Hyper Potion. However, in the end, I won the fight with a couple of headbutts. Even though Price is one of my favorite gym leaders, I have to admit that he was really easy. Piloswine was the only Pokemon that got off a hit, but even Blizzard didn't do that much damage to Togetic. Well, you know what, Price? It was still a fun battle, I guess. The rival battle in Goldenrod City was a near one-shot sweep, besides his Feraligator, who took a headbutt, only to hit me with a laughable water gun. It doesn't seem like RNG is a problem for me anymore. Speaking of one-shot sweeps, I absolutely mopped the floor with Claire's team. However, I only one-shot Kingdra because I got a critical hit with Headbutt. The rival battle at the end of Victory Road was actually tough for once. I one-shot Sneasel, so Magneton was up next. Even though I was 36 levels higher, Mudslap still couldn't one-shot him. That's how weak this move is. Magneton then paralyzed me and got off a Sonic Boom before going down. Golbat confused me, but I broke through confusion on the next turn to one-shot him. Next up was Haunter, but he immediately set up a curse, and I then proceeded to get insanely unlucky with confusion and paralysis. I mean, look at this! I was confused for an eternity, and I kept on hitting myself, and anytime I broke through confusion, I got fully paralyzed. Man, I sure have the best of luck, don't I? On my third attempt, I made it to Haunter without being paralyzed, so I hit him with a Mud Slap before Haunter killed himself with a curse. Kadabra went down in a single headbutt, and Feraligator died in 2 headbutts. I gotta say, it was nice to see a rival battle actually be tough for once. So after that battle, here's my stats and moves. I went ahead and taught Shadow Ball to Togetic just for some more type coverage. I'm worried about Lance's Dragonites though, since Togetic can't learn an Ice-type move. However, let's see if I can even make it to Lance. First up was Will, the Psychic-type Master. This battle was just about a one-shot sweep, besides Slowbro and Executor being able to take a Shadow Ball and a Fly respectively. I gotta say though, Will is probably one of the weakest Psychic-type users out of all the Gym Leaders and Elite Four members. Next up was Koga, the Poison-type Master. Ariados got one-shot, so Fortress was up next. I tried to go for a Fly, but Fortress used Protect, so I decided to go for some Headbutts, which hardly did anything. Eventually, I tried Fly again, and while I was in the air, Fortress went for Explosion. Well, that was lucky. Muck and Crobat both went down in 2 hits, even though they tried to be annoying by raising their evasiveness. Last out was Venomoth, which made this battle kind of close since I missed 2 flies in a row before finally taking it down. The third Elite Four member was Bruno, the Fighting-type Master. Hitmontop didn't want to die to a fly, so I ended up just killing him with a headbutt and a Shadow Ball. Onyx went down in 2 Shadow Balls, and Hitmonchan, Machamp, and Hitmonlee all died in a single hit. The last Elite Four member was Karen, the Dark-type Master. Umbreon went down in 2 headbutts, but not before getting off an annoying sand attack. I missed a Shadow Ball, so Gengar got off a curse before going down. And at this point, I thought I lost the battle. I one-shot Murkrow, so Houndoom was up next. She nearly died to a single headbutt, but Karen used a Max Potion. Another headbutt and Shadow Ball killed Houndoom, so Vileplume was out last. I went for a headbutt, and luckily, she flinched, so another one killed her. I gotta say, that makes up for some of the unluckiness that I've had in this challenge. Time for Lance, the champion. Gyarados only set up a Rain Dance, so 2 headbutts did the trick. Next up was Lance's first Dragonite, who always paralyzes me. I then proceeded to get fully paralyzed 3 turns in a row, and then go down to a critical Thunder on the 4th turn. Nope, never mind, I am still extremely unlucky. To be honest though, I don't know if I can even win this fight right now, considering that this Dragonite will always paralyze me, and then go for super effective thunders. After losing over and over and over again, I decided to give Rollout to Togetic, and because of this, I was able to one-shot Lance's first 2 Dragonites and his Aerodactyl. I then missed 3 rollouts on Charizard, so he brought me down to around half health before finally going down. I don't understand why Pokemon Crystal hates me. Anyways, 2 more rollouts took down his last Dragonite, making us the new champions of the Johto region. Even with rollout, it still took me a while to defeat Lance because I kept on missing. However, at least I didn't have to grind, as I had a couple of rare candies still in my bag. Anyways, the challenge of course doesn't end there, as I still have to take on the Kanto region and battle Red. As always, I'll only show the battles against Blue and Red, since they are the only challenging trainers in Kanto. Well, time for Blue. Pidgeot went down in 2 headbutts as he hit me with a weak mirror move. Rhydon was able to dish out a ton of damage since he set up a sandstorm and he hit me with a rock slide. Rhydon finally died in 3 Shadow Balls, and Alakazam got 1 shot, so Gyarados was up next. He went down in 2 headbutts, but not before getting off a Hydro Pump, which left me with only 30 HP. Arcanine was up next, and he easily finished me off with a Flamethrower. Well, Blue could be a little bit of a wall right now, I'm not gonna lie. On my 4th attempt, I made it to Arcanine with enough health remaining in order to kill him with a headbutt. The only reason I won though is because Gyarados missed his Hydro Pump. I swear this challenge has just been a roller coaster of having amazing luck and having horrible luck. So this was my first attempt at Red. Pikachu went down in a single headbutt, so Blastoise was up next. Headbutt didn't do that much damage, but luckily he missed a Blizzard, so another headbutt and a Shadow Ball took him down. Espeon died in 2 Shadow Balls, but not before setting up a Reflect. Because of that, Headbutt barely did anything to Snorlax, so I decided to go for Rollout. Eventually, I took him down, so Charizard was up next. He outsped me, hit me with a Flamethrower, and burned me. That was a 10% chance to happen, by the way, and because I got burned, I ended up losing to Venusaur. On my very next attempt, I made it to Venusaur without getting burned, so a Fly and a Headbutt won us the battle. You know, it would have been real nice to defeat Red on the first attempt, but I guess I'll have to settle for beating him on the second attempt. I think I underestimated Togetic a little bit. It was able to take hits pretty well, and its move pool wasn't bad. Anyways, for my next challenge, I don't know what I'm doing yet, so be sure to leave some suggestions down below in the comment section. And if you want to see more of my challenge runs, then you can check out the playlist that I left a link to in the description. Also, if you want to see more Pokemon content from me, I do a lot of Nuzlocke series and card openings here on the channel. For now though, if you guys did enjoy this video, then be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to see more. And until next time, deuces!